It's your Casey, and welcome to Unboxed Radio, a show where we talk about the latest and biggest news stories in the world of sneakers. Joining me today, I have my co-hosts, Marco and Corey. How are you guys doing today?
What up, y'all?
Hello, what up?
Did you guys miss us since we didn't come in on Tuesday?
I couldn't process it. My week just felt off. I didn't like it. So I'm glad that, the ship has been righted. I'm glad to see y'all.
Well, I hope people missed us as much as I missed you guys. Okay, not to waste any time because we did miss out on Tuesday, but I really want to hop right into news unboxed topics. So Lucy Rouse has been named the new VP GM of sneakers. ROUSE has been at Nike for over 16 years, starting with the brand as an account executive in Australia in 2005. She will start that role April 4th. What do you guys think this means for sneakers? Can we expect some improvements? Marco, what do you think?
Well, I think it's refreshing for sneakerheads. There's been a long documented complaints about sneakers app, the fairness, just the overall user experience. So the previous VP or head of sneakers, Rob Ferris, has moved on to now manage Nike's new virtual studios, which came as a result of that major acquisition of Artifact. So it's interesting to see another shuffle in the board, which is pretty common for Nike, right? They take some of their top leaders and they shuffle them around. Another interesting part of this is she'll also be managing Neighborhood, which is another word for Nike's like top tier accounts in every city. So think about the boutiques that get a lot of the good products. So it's good that she's managing both because sneakers and Neighborhood are so hand in hand now, right? That type of product is you're almost serving a similar audience now. The sneakers audience is the Neighborhood audience plus a lot more people. So I'm glad that the same type of vision that's trying to right the ship on sneakers is also doing the same for physical stores. So yeah, I think it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to see what comes from that, and hopefully a lot of improvements for us as sneakerheads and consumers.
I think sneakers is probably the one of the biggest gifts and curse that Nike has. It took a platform for their shoes and just their shoes and gave people an opportunity to get them, but obviously it has many pitfalls and holes in it. So I mean, if she can kind of come in fresh, especially if she, Marco kind of just taught me that as far as her, also running Neighborhood with a lot of those tier 1, tier 0 accounts and stuff like that. So if she can kind of bridge those worlds and kind of not resurrect, but just refresh, do over sneakers as a platform, I think it'd be really good for her.
Yeah, I think the platform sneakers itself is like great, right? But it's like, I don't know if it can get any worse, like for people that are actually kind of cop sneakers, like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I hope that there is improvement, and I'm excited to see what happens over there. Moving on, we're going to be talking about TRENAINE Emory. He has been named the new Supreme Creative Director. Emory first launched his label Denim Tears in 2019. Thoughts on this move, Corey?
I think it's really dope. I think TRENAINE, obviously his resume is long, from his work with Stussy, a bunch of years back. Obviously he has his own brand in Denim Tears. I don't think Supreme ever really truly has lost, its luster or its limelight. But I think a lot of like core fans were really skeptical about the brand, especially after it got sold or purchased rather. I think it was not last year, 2020. So I think this is a great move. I know Angelo, he went on to create Awake. So to bring TRENAINE in, I think is a solid move. I think he's a person that has a lot of not clout, but a lot of people respect him and his taste and his word in the industry and stuff like that. It also goes to show, Supreme, I would say, is a luxury streetwear brand. So it's great to see more, like a lot of these, black creatives who have kind of came up in doing their own thing get tapped on to lead these brands and stuff like that. Obviously, we've seen Virgil do it. Salehi, with his adventures and stuff like that, and TRENAINE kind of joins that list. I'm very interested to see how he continues, or if he continues what he does with Denim Tears, in the education of the history of Black people. I'm interested to see if, Supreme will kind of get that lens, but I think it's a dope acquisition. I think it's dope of him, or dope for him rather, and I'm excited to see kind of where it goes.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a great move for Supreme because some people have said that they've maybe taken a step back as far as popularity goes, but that's simply just not true. Their audience has grown so much that they didn't need to necessarily go find their next hit maker, but they did because they want to continue to evolve and get better. So I think that's great for them to not be comfortable and say, hey, our stuff is still flying off the shelves, but we could still get better. We could still sell tell better stories. And the other thing is, I spoke to a good friend of mine yesterday who's really tapped into the skate world, was at Nike SB for a number of years. So I really wanted to get his opinion on it. And he was telling me that all the people he's spoken to in his world on that side of it are really excited. Like, this is exactly what that brand needed right now. And it's the perfect opportunity for somebody like him to come in here and knock it out of the park. So the words that I got from the people that are in that world seem really excited. So I'm looking forward to see what happens.
All right, so Drake and Nocta in the Nike Hot Step Air Terra is dropping March 3rd. Celebrities we've already seen have been gifted and posted them on their social media. What are our thoughts on this collab, Marco?
Well, this shoe, I'll have to say, it has grown on me. Not in a way that's going to influence me to own this shoe and to wear it, but I think some of those first images, I was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting some really like chunky sneaker, almost feel a disruptor vibes from that. And now the more that I've seen it, it's definitely, to me, it's a great evolution in Drake's style, because I think for those first however many years at Nike and Jordan, he was really trying to find his lane in sneakers. And Drake is not a sneakerhead, and he's never claimed to be. He likes sneakers, he loves sneakers, but he's not necessarily the Kanye or the Travis or the Virgil RIP, where they grew up as sneakerheads and they have a specific point of view when they're designing. So I'm sure it was difficult for him to try to kind of fit in that world. And now it seems like, hey, this is how I dress. I like wearing sweatsuits. I like wearing Nocta, ACG type of vibes. So this shoe fits really well into that silhouette outfit wise. So I'm excited for him that he kind of found this, and I have no doubt that it's gonna do well, right? It's Drake. The sneakerheads might be hating on it and cracking jokes, but we'll see when it drops. I guarantee you that Drake's gonna be having the last laugh.
I mean, I feel the same way. I feel that the shoe, definitely represents where his style is, just that whole kind of Toronto, London sweatsuit, tracksuit, vibe. I think more than anything else, I mean, at first I was kind of like, I'm not really sure if I liked it, but, kind of similar to Marco. I mean, it feels like he picked a silhouette that really fits him. Not only does it just fit him, style-wise and aesthetically, but it also fits in the sense that, this is probably a model that I don't know if, we've seen someone, retro or do over or something like that before. So I mean, I think it's going to be well. I mean, we're going to see people probably style it. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some more, friends and family colorways and stuff like that. I like Nocta as a line. I think, just kind of how the actual brand looks is really dope. It's Drake. He's gonna put this out. He's gonna drop a couple 666, and like it's gonna do what it needs to do.
Yeah, no, I agree with you guys again. The chunky sneaker. I think that, like everybody else, it was kind of like a, what is this? Like, this is what you're gonna come with when you do a Nike collab. But I like the silhouette now that I'm kind of looking at it, and I think it really fits Drake and it makes sense for him. Would I cop it? Probably not. But I mean, like, get in where you fit in, and I think this was the perfect shoe for Drake to get in. So, okay, I hate to disappoint you guys, but Jordan Brand says it will not be releasing the Off-White Air Jordan 4s in the Bred colorway. I know I'm disappointed. What are you guys' thoughts on it, Marco?
Well, my first thought is that's what they're supposed to say, right? When things are leaked and there's headlines that are being created that are not being controlled by them. So as a PR person, yeah, you could say it's not being released. Release dates change and statuses change all the time. However, to me, this is a bigger issue in kind of just like the sneaker media blog sphere that we live in, especially on Instagram. It's like so unregulated that accounts with hundreds of thousands of followers, sometimes like actual blogs, and sometimes it's kind of these like sneaker IG specific accounts can post whatever they want and say, hey, this is dropping. I swear this shoe was supposed to drop 2018, 2019, 2020. Like, I've seen this shoe pop up on my feed a million times. It says official release date so many times, and the average consumer who's not like taking that extra step to see is this true or not is just kind of believing it. So to me, it's like, I really don't, it's hard to believe things on the internet because there's no consequences for lying, right? There's no journalistic integrity when it comes to posting fake news and fake leaks. So it is unfortunate. I hope that it's one of those never say never situations, because it's a beautiful looking shoe. It's a nice twist on the Bred. I'd like to own it one day, but for the time being, I'm not mad at Jordan Brand letting the Off-White times Jordan legacy breathe a little bit and say, hey, let's give it some time before we decide to revisit this and see what's best for that legacy moving forward. So I'm not in a rush at all. If the shoe ever comes out, it'll be a special moment.
Yeah, I mean, kind of similar to Marco. I mean, I basically feel like we're not necessarily in the know with what plans were, obviously with, Virgil's passing and stuff like that. So, you know, for them to just kind of say, you know, let's cool the jets a little bit, you know, let's kind of recalibrate ourselves, figure out what we're doing. I mean, obviously there's other releases that have had to been postponed due to other sorts of events. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see this down the line, you know, as a part of something more of a better effort. And I mean, yo, Marco hit it on the head, man. Like, fake news is running wild. I've seen mad different pages on my Explore page pop up that have said this shoe is about to come out, that shoe is about to come out. So I mean, yo, let's, you know, cool the jets, you know, let's figure it out. And I think this is going to be a very special shoe for a bunch of different reasons, but especially because it's a fire shoe.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely was anticipating this drop, but I'm not mad that they held off on it. I think that when it does drop, it'll be the right time for the right reasons. And so I'm a firm believer in everything happens for reasons. So there is a reason why it didn't drop. And when it does, it'll be very special. So I don't know if I would say that I was necessarily expecting this person to be a brand ambassador for a sneaker, but Jack Harlow has been named the New Balance brand ambassador. He debuted the Kawhi Leonard next signature shoe, Kawhi 2 New Money, at the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game. Thoughts on Jack Harlow signing and Kawhi's new sneaker? Corey, what do you think? Were you expecting this?
I mean, yo, like I like him. I like him as an artist. You know, I like, you know, both his music and I like his personality. He seems like he's really having fun with the moment. You know, so I mean, this is just another opportunity to kind of, you know, elevate his brand profile and stuff like that. You know, we've seen New Balance's rise in both the casual and in, you know, like the, I guess, diehard, you know, sneakerhead scene and streetwear scene and stuff like that. So I mean, I think it's a pretty good fit. You know, he definitely has a demographic of fans and followers that, you know, will help the dollar. You know, I'm very anxious to see if, you know, if he's going to get kind of the Jaden Smith treatment where, you know, he actually has, you know, shoes of his own. But I mean, I think it's dope. You know, I think, you know, him and Kawhi is a very interesting pairing of the shoe, but I also understand, you know, with, you know, Kawhi being on the mend with his injury and stuff like that, you need someone to, you know, keep the, you know, elevate himself, and you need somebody to kind of, you know, drop and debut the shoe. I think it's good, man. I think congrats to Jack. You know, like I said, I like his work. I like him. You know, I think it's a good fit.
Yeah, I like his vibe as well. I think this is a cool move for New Balance. It was like a couple years ago on the What's Poppin' remix where he said, I got a check from a shoe company. Now I do anything New Balance says. So I thought that he was already signed. Honestly, I really thought he's been signed for years, but it looks like he might have been on some sort of like ambassador program, maybe getting some appearance checks. And now he's actually signed. So I could see him, he brought out a bunch of 550 colorways, nothing like specific for him, but that's a shoe that you can throw some nice colors on pretty quickly. You can throw some nice text on, make some PE, some friends and family stuff. So I'm excited to see what comes from this. And yeah, like Corey said, man, I like his whole vibe right now. I think he's having fun with it. And it makes sense. I think the New Balance 550 in particular makes a lot of sense for his current style. So I'm excited to see more.
Yeah, no, I agree with you guys both. I mean, I didn't necessarily see this coming, but if we think about somebody who would be the perfect brand ambassador for New Balance, I think Jack Harlow definitely makes sense. I too love his vibe. I love the way he carries himself. And I think New Balance like fits his swag perfectly. So it makes sense. Sticking with New Balance, Joe FRESHGOODS teases the next New Balance. I don't know if you guys seen it, Inside Voices, the New Balance 9060 model. What are your guys' thoughts? Corey?
Listen, if you want to talk about boy can do no wrong, anything Joe FRESHGOODS, that's my man, that's my guy. Anything he's had a chance to have his hand on, you know, I at least got to see it. So, you know, I'm very excited for this. You know, it is a teaser. You know, I can't wait to see what the actual shoe looks like and colorways and stuff. It looks a lot of earth tones. I see like some dark greens, some tans and stuff like that. It kind of fits kind of what his aesthetic has been, at least as of late. But I mean, it's dope, man. Joe FRESHGOODS for president, that's my dog.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think I saw him tweet about this recently. And I don't know if it was this particular shoe or maybe a future one, but he seemed really fired up. And he always is with his releases, but it seemed like he was like taking it up a notch. So it gets me really excited. But when it comes to storytelling right now, he's one of the hit makers right now, the go-to guys. He's in the same category as the Salehis, the Chris Gibbs of Union / Undefeated, and a few Aleli. Like, these are the people you go to and you know that they're not going to miss, especially when it comes to storytelling. And that's why I love sneakers. Like, the shoes themselves look nice, the materials look great, the colors look interesting, but I know he's going to have amazing storytelling, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm always looking forward to the next Joe FRESHGOODS collab. like you guys said, he doesn't miss. And so, you know, New Balance is kind of on a high right now. So for him to drop this collab, I think it's gonna be great. So talking about drops, we're gonna talk about drops of the week. We're gonna first start off with the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 in Dazzling Blue, dropping this Saturday, retailing at $230. Thoughts on this shoe, buy or pass?
Pass for me. I gave my opinion on the sock shoe trend. However, I do think that this particular trend, the silhouette, I tweeted about our last clip a week or two ago about the sock shoes, and a good friend of mine, John Marcello from Bleacher Report Kicks, responded, and he made a really good point. He said that this is going to be the Air Force One for the Yeezy line. Like, this is going to be the shoe that over time continues to evolve and come back. And like, there's no surprise to me that there was a Bred Yeezy years ago, and now this is like kind of a royal, you know what I mean? So it's such a simple design, but so many ways to twist it. And I have no doubt that there is a big audience for this shoe. It's not me, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to do well. So pass for me.
Yeah, I think y'all have seen my thoughts on just this brand and this model for, you know, last couple episodes or whatever like that. You know, it's a hard pass for me. I definitely understand there's a market for it. I definitely understand there's a fan base and a core fan base and a diehard fan base. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if this sells out well. But yeah, this is so not. I do not like these shoes at all.
I could already tell in your face what your answer was going to be if Marco was talking. But I also like anticipating, like waiting for like Marco to literally bring up one of these sneakers that we're about to talk about. And I don't know what it's gonna be, so I'm ready. But okay, so it looks like it's a hard pass from all of us because I'm absolutely gonna pass. I really don't need to comment on it. Not my swag. So the next one though is the Bape Vans collection. So Vans' second Bape collection is releasing this Saturday. This collection comprises of the old school and the skate high sneaker and also includes 2 co-branded t-shirts.
I really wanted to like this shoe. I like Bape, I like Vans. I've been putting a lot of wear to my Notre Vans from a couple of weeks ago. Just a great shoe. I think if there's an opportunity for me to get that low top green one, I'm probably with it. These other ones, I'm not saying they look bad, but that amount of color clashing is not necessarily my style. And I know that's just, you know, I wear pretty simple style, all black most of the time. So that's a little too loud for me. The green low top one is, that's a cop for me if I'm able to get it. Using Soul Savvy, by the way.
I mean, no, it's same. You know, I think if this shoe came out in 2009, both of them instant cop for me. You know, I like, just as far as, you know, where I was with Bape, where I was with Colors, where I was with Vans. I am a fan of both brands as well. I think the green ones I think could be a cop. The skate highs, I'm not really too sure, but I can see just, you know, how this, I can see how both shoes can have appeal to, I guess, both demographics. And I would even say a new demographic. You know, somebody would be like, oh, snap, like, you know, I'm a fan of both. Let me like try this out.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I love color. But no, the green ones are like an automatic. I think those are like a really versatile shoe. I think you can wear with anything. As much as I do love colors and like color blocking and color clashing, I wouldn't be mad if I didn't get them, but I also, if I like happened to be gifted them, you know, or something, or was able to cop them, you know, at retail on Soul Savvy, then I would absolutely rock them. Would I rock them all the time? Probably not. It'd probably be like a one-time wear, just for the simple fact that it has all those colors, and that's usually kind of like my style. You know, it's my swag.
Case, I was about to say, listen, Case, you do this to me every episode.
Yeah.
I'm pulling the card. Like, this is the one shoe that when I saw it early in the recap, I'm like, oh no, like this is Casey's shoe. Like both of them, both the lows and the highs.
That's
funny because I honestly could see you guys both wearing it as well. And I'm not just saying that.
No, you can't flip that on us.
No, I swear because I could see Marco wearing it with something like very just like, monochromatic, and then the shoe. And then I could see you like throwing it off with like a dope jacket or something. So, you know, I'm just saying, you know, we've done the show a couple of times. I feel like I know you guys pretty well. So, you know, we're going to leave it at that. Anyways, moving on to the next sneaker, we're going to be talking about the G-Dragon Nike KWONDO 1, dropped today for a retail price of $180. Yay or nay? What do we think about these, Corey?
Casey, the way you just leaded me in just showed you my answer. Yeah, no, this is a pass for me. I know when I don't know something, I can tell that this is a shoe that I just am not aware of. So I mean, I'm pretty sure Marco is going to follow up and give the history of, you know, who this collaborator. If he had the shoe on him, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, no, this ain't my style. I'm more of a classic white on white guy. Yeah, this ain't it. Marco, inform us about this one.
This is a follow-up to G-Dragon's Air Force One from a couple of years ago, and just like a massive K-pop star with a fan base that's global now. His Air Force Ones were really nice. They're kind of like that peel away colorway. They were in black and white, and yeah, I kind of wanted those. I missed out on those. However, I didn't necessarily love how they looked when they were cracked, which was the point of it. So maybe I didn't deserve them. But this one, everything but that tongue flap is because like I was a big fan of the Lunar Grand when it first came out. Like I have a dress shoe with the Nike outsole, like, you know, like over a decade ago. So I love like being able to wear a sneaker in a formal setting. Not that I get dressed up very often, but like imagine pulling up to like a wedding or a reception with these on, minus the tongue, right? It's like almost like a Nike boot dress shoe, because if you look really closely, it's like you know, at that toe box, it's a boot, but the tongue it's just a little too much for me. It reminds me of like, you know, when I played t-ball back then, the Nike cleats had a flap over tongue, so it's not for me. But I really do respect G-Dragon and what they're doing, because like when you're a pop star on that level, you can just continue to make Air Force Ones and Jordan Ones and kind of just coast off that. And he's actually doing something different that's probably unique to his style. So I think it's a W in that case. Probably going to be a pass for me unless there's like something that tongue, you know, tucks in or something.
Okay, so as most of you guys know, last weekend was All-Star Weekend in Cleveland. I was able to attend, and the Savvy House was amazing. There was a Kicks Cam. They collabed with Baron Davis and Big Summits, and we had a couple panels. I know Tony got to talk to Colin Sexton, and then myself, Anna, and a bunch of other dope women got to do a panel in the ladies lounge, which was amazing. Did you guys happen to peep anything from the Savvy House, and what did you guys think?
The whole experience was dope. Cleveland was cold as hell, but I mean, you guys definitely made it hot out there. I can't wait to see what, you know, we get a chance to do in Salt Lake City next year. But it was dope. Congrats to y'all. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it looked awesome. Shout out to the entire Soul Savage team that was out there. I know working an all-star game is exhausting, and you know, you almost feel like you're out there playing without all the fun. So I'm really glad with the way it turned out.
Yeah, again, just to kind of top it off, it was an amazing event. The Soul Savage team was amazing. It was an amazing space, and a lot of dope people stopped by, had conversations with, and I know that they really enjoyed the space. And so Cleveland was definitely toned down from like Chicago and other all-star weekends, but Soul Savage definitely did their thing. And I was really excited to be a part of that. So yeah, I can't wait to see the next Soul Savvy event. But until then, thank you guys for watching another episode of Unboxed Radio. If you liked today's show, hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Catch us every Tuesday and Fridays right here on Soul Savvy's YouTube channel. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, Corey, again for joining me, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.